Hey, what's up guys? Here's another series. We'll be starting about water spinach, kangkong, choy, whatever you call it. It's awesome. And please stay till the end of these videos so you know what to expect when you try growing kangkong. Let's get started. So you gotta pluck most of the kangkong stem and leaf. They're growing from the node of the stalk, and that's where other leaves and roots are gonna grow from. See, a tiny root and leaf is already growing here. The whole plant is edible, but for growing purposes, we'll pluck it just like this. This one's pretty long, so we'll cut it in half so each half has at least 2 nodes, one for roots and one for leaves. So my auntie accidentally took these and already put them in soil, so that's why they're wet and a bit dirty, but Ivy and I usually let them grow roots in a cup of water first. And if you were wondering, we just got this kangkong at a local market in Florida. Here's the parts we picked off, but don't forget the water spinach stalk is edible too. Plot twist! We actually had a flight in a few hours back home to Chicago, so we gotta wrap these guys up nicely to make sure they survive. Just wrap their kangkong up in some wet paper towel, put it in a nice bag, and see you guys when we get home. So I'm super glad they don't look wilted. If anything, it looks like some roots are already growing. We'll just put them in enough water so the nodes we want roots to grow from are covered, and that's it. What are some other easy things you guys like growing from cuttings? Comment below. Just a quick day 3 update. I separated them a bit so you guys could see the root growth a bit better, and they're growing nicely. Day 5 and the roots already look pretty good. Let's go transplant them. We're using leftover soil from when we grew some bok choy, so I gotta clean this up a bit. So we got Vigoro all-purpose potting mix, but please, if y'all got any other recommendations, please comment them down below. So I just mixed the soil real quick to try to move the untouched stuff to the top. Then I flattened it out and gave it a few love taps. Add a bit of water and the holes for the kangkong. And our leftover ENC worm compost from last year. I saw online that they don't expire, but we just left ours outside in a bin all year. Comment below your experience with old compost. So you can see how the nodes are growing pretty good roots. We'll plant them deep enough just to cover those. And since these are water spinach, they really do like their soil wet. When we grew them last year, I think we just put a ton of water and never really worried about root rot. The sprouts we showed you on day 1 are actually growing already. That's why I love planting kangkong. We'll be watering them every day, once a day, and we'll be back in a few days for some updates. Day 9 and a lot are already growing. The parts above the nodes are starting to rot, which is normal. But the stems look like they're sprouting red though. I wonder why. Any of you guys had stems go from green to red? Here's another batch from a seafood city near us we just got and Ivy planted. They were labeled as choy, so we just rooted them in water like usual, then put it in soil without any worm castings. Some are already sprouting, but unlike mine, you can see these ones are green. Day 14 and the kangkong's doing good. Like this stem, I didn't think it was gonna make it, but it even sprouted from under the soil. And now you could really see the red stems. Ivy's is doing well, but why is hers green and mine red? I wonder why. Maybe different species? So it's week 3 and these are growing lower to the soil than up like I'm used to seeing. Usually when we grow kangkong, the leaves grow upwards, but these are more outwards and kinda low. Hey, but that's fine. Maybe these are just a different kind of kangkong. So here's how I've been watering them once a day. They really love water and we got holes at the bottom of the pot, so I doubt there's any root rot problems. And I also saw another video of a guy who planted red stem kangkong. I'll leave that one in the description. Day 31 and the stems are getting super long. The water spinach leaves are also getting some spots. Anyways, I'll just pick them out to make sure it doesn't spread. Pretty sure this is some fungal thing, right? Anyone know how to prevent them? I also heard that I shouldn't water the leaves, but what happens when it rains? Maybe I'll try some blood meal? I never tried this before, but someone on a Facebook gardening group told me to add some fertilizer. I forgot why we bought this, but maybe this will help. I mean, if I was a plant, this stuff would look delicious. The direction said a half tablespoon of this is good for each plant. I'm no chef, but I think that's about half a tablespoon. It's also a hot summer's day out here, so let me give them a lot of this cool, refreshing water. And yeah, all over the leaves too. Kangkong loves temperatures between 70 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so if you got that, you're good. And if you made it this far in the video, please leave a like so I'll know if you guys appreciate this stuff. It's also a nice easy way to share this video to others so they can learn about kangkong. We've also got other gardening and worm composting videos coming, so make sure you subscribe for them. See you next time.